All right, so now we're going to be working with functions. So what's the difference between a procedure and a function? The difference is that a function is a procedure with a return statement. So what does that mean? Let's see that in practice. I think that's going to be easier. So in this challenge, we're doing basically the same thing we did in challenge 20, but we don't have the prints in here. How so? Let's see what happens. Actually, let me get challenge 20. I'm gonna copy it. So let me just comment this one. I'm gonna call it 22. I'm going to paste the D I had forgotten. Now, in this case, we are going to remove these print statements, and I'm removing the strings here. Okay, why is that? When we have a function, the idea of a function is that you can use it to do several things. So for example, if I want to have a function that returns the highest number and only. So I could use that, for example, in a mathematical calculation. I could use that maybe in some code that I'm using to work with lists, to order items in a list. I could use that to print only. But in the function itself, I'm not going to be doing any of these things because that gives me more flexibility. So I could be using this function for anything I want. Okay, it's just going to return a value. It's not going to print anything. So how so? I'm going to add here a return statement. So if we look at our slide, we are going to be returning them. If both are equal, I'm going to return either one because it makes no difference. So I'm going to just return number 1 also. Okay, let's see if that works, or if I have an error message instead. So challenge 22, 4, 5. Let's see what happens. Nothing happened. Why is that? I mean, maybe it happened, but I didn't show anything because I didn't tell it to show. But I could just print this function here. So when I print the function, let's see what happens. We have the result, okay? So the idea, and now we're getting very much like math. So the idea here is we are going to receive 2 numbers. I'm going to calculate that. So what this function does in here is just to check for the highest number, and it returns it. If I don't tell it to print it, it's going to calculate and it's going to be in the memory, but it's not doing anything with that. Okay, so we can print it. We could use that in a mathematical calculation. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be adding parentheses here, and I'm going to be adding that to 400, for example. Okay, that works. When you look at, for example, that int command we used before, or the len command we used before, these are all functions. So they receive a parameter and they return something. Okay? So this is basically how we work with functions instead. All right. I think we are close now. So we have our 2 last challenges. So let's see this. So challenge 23, we're going to be making a function that receives 3 numbers as parameters, and it's going to be rounding to the amount of the decimal place set in the 3rd parameter. So what does that mean? We are going to be having both practicing functions here, and we're going to be using those mathematical functions that are in the Python library, like rounding, for example. So how can we do this? That challenge 23, num1, num2, rounded. Let's call it rounded 2. Okay, so this is going to return what? I'm going to create a variable. I could solve this whole thing in one line. I'm going to create a variable just so the code is a little more readable. So call it quotient is equal to num1 divided by num2. Let's return quotient and see if that's working. So at this first time, I'm going to be running the function. I'm going to add a number to round 2. I'm not telling it to round to anything, okay? So challenge 23. Let me do 10 divided by 3. Let's say 2. But remember, this last 2 is not working so far. Of course, if I just do it like that, I'm not printing, so I have to print my function. Okay, we have a lot of decimal places. Eventually, it's going to be rounding, okay? But we're going to be using function.round to rounded 2. Let's see if that works. It didn't. So let's. Yeah, of course. Because we're going to have to use round. And round in itself is a function that's going to receive 2 parameters. So first, the number, and the second one, to how many places I want to round it. That's it, okay? And this kind of thing is very common. Programming languages are not that uniform, so sometimes you're going to have a method that comes after, sometimes you're going to have a method where, or a function, sorry, where you need to add the things into them. So let me change here to 4 decimal places. Okay, let's see what happens when I go for a 0. Okay, so interesting thing, notice that it continues treating this as a real number here. So a float, but it's rounded to 3. Okay, we could do something that converts that to an integer. No need to. Okay, we're just playing with this using this math library. Remember, every time we are using these ready functions that belong to some library, it's very important that you check, practice them, work with them, so you remember exactly how to write them, okay? So, and because actually this whole challenge is about using these methods, let me just say, these functions, let me just say that. So remember, so these are ready functions from the string library. This is a ready function from a mathematical library. Okay? Good. And we're time to finish this. So we're going to work with random. I'm actually going to do that. As that's another library, I'm going to make a different video for that, just so we can see the importing, and I'm going to play a little bit more with the random library than with what we just did with what I had asked that for challenge 24. Okay, see you soon.